Yeah.
Yeah.
Swerve City, Deftones. Wasn't exactly what I wanted to
I
play.
yeah,
I
but
wanted to play. Well, we'll play out with it. Is It Any Wonder by Keen? Just because I don't even know what that song is, but it
sounds keen.
sounds real keen.
Well, that's not my fault.
I wanted to play. I wanted to play a love song,
Play less song.
but we don't have any of
We're gonna
those
play less song on the
here on
Mount
the
Rock.
here
Almost
on
at
the
the
coast.
coast. We're
we,
on the coast.
we were talking about ratings in class, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder what the coast ratings are during Christmas.
You know what? They are actually they go up.
No, I know they
Yeah,
do.
it's not crazy.
No, not crazy at all.
I,
They're the only station that plays nonstop Christmas music, and my thought
from Thanksgiving. Now they're gonna move it
starting
to they're starting Halloween. I think this year is what they're gonna start.
because I don't even think they go. I don't. My opinion is they don't just
Mm-hmm.
go up. They skyrocket. I feel like I don't. It feels like every store I walk into, every
Yeah.
chain store, every gas station,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing Coast because they've got that Christmas music going and that
Well,
festive holiday spirit.
yeah. There's actually a whole other thing behind that when you go into stores and stuff that actually those stores are supposed to be paying. There's a service that they pay to play the radio stations, and
You
you
can't
have
just play the radio.
no. Well, you can, but I can't think of the name of the service. One of our professors, you haven't met Jason Schiff yet. He also does an O1 class. He does like an afternoon one though, not during the summer.
Yeah.
You'll meet Jason. Anyway, he worked for a company, and that was part of the job that you hit up the stores and say, if you pay this much, you can have rights to play the station.
Yeah.
Because that's still the way the artists get paid. Now, there are people that are contracted that will actually randomly go into stores and ask to see if they have this particular license to play that particular
That
radio
sucks.
stations. And if you don't, then you get fined. Because the artists still have to be paid. And even though I know
Just
it sounds
because
like
it's a
double,
public area. Yeah, because what if
it's like double dipping. It sounds like, but that's
I can
that's the
I can
rule.
put speakers on the back of my truck bed and I can play all the FM station I want. I can have people gather around. We can all have a
That's I think
great
different.
time listening to music and dancing.
Yeah.
But you can't play a radio station in a grocery store.
You have
without-
to pay for the service.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
But
Everybody wants
anyway.
money for everything. Any
Yeah,
angle
that's true.
anybody can find to
You
get
get
money.
a couple more bucks. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Coast, they're
Speaking of-
also one of the most popular stations in the on the planet, in the world, I was going to say,
Yes.
because they do love songs.
do
That's
love
what they
songs
do,
on the
especially at
coast.
night. Don't they have the midnight? Is it the Midnight Raven or something? She's on there and
Delilah or something.
Delilah. She does the dedication. She's
Yeah.
got that soft,
She's got that
sultry
sultry
voice.
Yes.
People write her about what song they want to hear and why it's significant to them, to their significant
Yes.
other.
And what
That's
song they're
hopefully-
dedicating,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that show has caused some people to cry
Yeah.
and probably some people to laugh and
Yeah.
cringe. But
I'm gonna laugh and cringe sometimes. Or if I'm in a really bad mood, I won't listen to it. I'm like, I don't want to hear this.
Right.
Especially if you've gone through a breakup.
yeah,
You stay away from love songs on the coast when you've gone through a breakup.
when they
'Cause you don't wanna hear it.
and when they tie into your relationship,
Yeah.
especially the
and,
ones
yeah,
that make
they play
you
the breakup songs, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I've listened to the show. I've listened to that show a handful of times. You know,
Yeah.
you're driving around late at night. You
Yeah, you
listen
gotta
to
do
it.
something.
She's got a captivating voice.
Yeah, she does.
Plus,
She's a
sometimes it's
beautiful
nice to
voice.
hear a little Marvin Gaye or
Yeah, let's get it on.
yeah, or Whitney Houston or
Yeah.
what did she plays all kinds of stuff. Shania
Yeah, she
Twain,
does.
all the greats do their love songs. But you had a love song written for you, which
did. I
is
never thought I would do
so
that.
much more
Yes,
personal.
It's so personal. Well, luckily he didn't get too personal.
How long ago?
Probably about 2 years ago. Yeah, because we've been married a year, so
2 years ago,
about 2 years
your
ago.
current husband
Yes,
wrote
my
you a
current
love
husband,
song.
yes.
How far into the relationship were you when he wrote this?
3 years.
You were
think.
3 years in.
3 years in, yeah.
You knew you loved him at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
You guys were in
Yeah,
love.
We were in love.
Yes.
We were in love.
How'd you
Yes,
guys
we
meet?
were. Okay, so this is our fun little story. 6 years ago in October.
Yeah.
This is where it goes back to. I was with a friend of mine, and she wanted to be a country singer,
Yeah.
and she was putting together a band. And so he was actually the guitarist she found. Well, actually, a guy she found who was a bass player found him and brought him in as a guitarist for the band. And so he worked out and actually became kind of the band leader for her.
Right.
And so we, for a year, this went on from October '07 to October '08, we were friends. because he was married and I was in a relationship.
Uh-huh.
And so we got to know each
Was
other.
there chemistry? Even though you guys were in relationships, there was a spark?
It's kind of funny because he's a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
So I never looked at him like that, but to me, he was funny.
Yeah.
He cracked me up, and I got his weird sense of humor and stuff. And
which guys love that.
Yeah.
If you'll laugh at him.
Yeah, I'm sitting there because he's a goofball like I am, and so I'm getting his off the wall humor. I'm laughing at his stupid things, not just because I'm like, oh, I hope he likes me. It's just because I thought he was funny, and we got to know each other on that level of friendship. We didn't think there would be any, I never in a million years, and neither did he. He was married.
Which is that's a good foundation to start a relationship off on. Be friends first.
Because you know each other without putting on airs, because when you start getting out there with people, you're always putting on kind of a different who you are.
Costume.
So yeah, exactly. So this was no costume. You're just whatever. And then about a year later, my relationship ended. Thank God. I shouldn't have been in that. That's a whole other, that's a whole other segment. And his marriage a week later ended, and the two had nothing to do with each other. It was just
they did.
Cosmically, I guess so. Yeah, and so then we started hanging out a lot more, because we were both single, and then we were doing more gigs.
Yeah,
and I always went on the gigs. I was kind of I joked around and said I was his. He called me his pick chick. That I always carried his guitar picks. So
where's my pick chick?
Yeah, where's the pick chick?
Yeah.
And I said he's my guitar hero because he's a guitarist. So we kind of joked around that, and we started like holding hands and being a little goofier. And we were just thought, because
when did you guys start kissing? You remember?
Well, it was October 12th, 2008.
Oh my god!
I know the day because that's kind of when we started. Because the thing was, he never wanted to remarry.
Yeah.
And I, of course, I was young enough. I still wanted to remarry. And I still had kids at home, and he was older, didn't want to deal with kids, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So we were so safe because we're like, there's no way this is going to go anywhere. We're so safe.
Yeah.
And so this happened to be after a gig in October. We were in Arizona, and after the gig, he came up to me because I ran the merchandise table, and he said, "I'm taking you out. We're going out on our date."
You're a roadie.
I was a road. I did everything. Let me tell you what. And he said, "I'm going to take you out. We're going to go on a date." And I said, "Okay." And this is like almost midnight because we were playing at a casino in Arizona. And he goes, we don't have many choices. I can take you to the Sonic outside the casino.
Oh, good. I love Sonic.
I know. I love their tater
Drive
tots.
through, yeah. Drive up. Fast food.
Or he goes, I can take you to the casino restaurant. And I said, well, this is a date. Let's go to the casino restaurant. So I went to the restaurant. We went back to the hotel. We went back to his, and we were hanging out in the balcony.
Did you guys do the buffet at the casino restaurant?
No, we actually sat down and we got served.
Yeah. Good.
And so we went back and we were hanging out in his balcony, and there was lightning in the air. So yes, there was.
Oh,
there was sparks.
Wow! Sparks flew.
And bats flying around, which was interesting. Luckily, they didn't.
Did they fly to the right?
They were. They did come out of a cave. That's so funny. I don't know. We touched it, and so we were sitting there, and we're kind of like being really close, and he was sitting there going, he goes, and here would give you a different take on it, but this was my take. He was like, I don't think we should, maybe go any further. I know we could.
Oh, that's a classic maneuver right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I've used that one a few times.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that was the guy
That's
maneuver.
reverse psychology right there at its finest.
But I was agreeing with him because he's like, we have such a great friendship. I don't want to ruin it. And I was like, yeah,
You're agreeing with him, but a fire's building inside.
Yeah, and then next thing I know, he's kissing me. And I was like, well, so much for that. Gee, guess we shouldn't try this out. And we've been together ever since.
Yeah.
And the funny thing that I laugh about with the love song, I'm wife number 5. For him.
Oh my goodness,
yes.
This guy's serial wifer.
Yeah, yeah. Which would think most people would go, oh God, get away from it. But his first marriage, he was young, he was 19, and it was a mistake. And their second marriage actually lasted over 20 years, and they had a couple kids together. And then that fell apart. There was ended up some problems coming on, and there was issues, and she actually left him. And then he married these 2 other women, but it was more on he didn't want to get married again. At the same time, he's a polygamist. I was kidding. No.
Live in Utah?
Yeah, live in Utah. But he married 2 other women, but they kind of in a way twisted his arm. They said, if you don't marry me, I'm out of here. And he felt kind of pressured into it. He loved them, but he didn't want to marry them, but he didn't want to lose them, kind of thing. And those are the two relationships that weren't good. So he ended up, getting out of those marriages. So he was like, never going to do it again, never going to blah, blah, blah.
And then Vicki
And
comes
then
along.
I come in and I stole his heart.
Okay.
But he had written, now the thing I joke about his love songs, he had written these other women, love songs too. And actually his fourth wife, he had written her love song and played it on their wedding day, at their wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And so-
that makes it feel special when
Yeah.
you get yours.
Exactly. So I'm sitting there going, hey, hello, over here, waiting, and I would joke to him. I go, where's my love song? I would joke about it. But he knew I really wanted one. And so he finally, without me even knowing he was working on it, he wrote this song. And he goes, now it's a different love song. Because I kind of heard a couple of the other ones, and they're very acoustic guitar and beautiful and so sweet. And he goes, this is a little different. He goes, because you are more, he goes, you're different than any of my other wives. You are different. And this song reflects how he feels about me.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit, it's kind of a boppy poppy kind of
Oh,
love
good.
song.
I like Boppy Poppy.
That's what this is. So
Well, let's just hope that it's his last love song that he writes
darn
for
it, it is.
anybody.
He ain't going.
Okay.
I ain't letting this guy
you get
go.
married 5 times, you write a song
Yeah.
for every one of them.
Well, I done told him I ain't letting him go.
So
There's no way.
So
He
we're
ain't
gonna
letting me go, so.
we're gonna listen to the last love song. What's his name?
His name is Steve Ryle.
Steve Ryle.
Yes.
From the band Scarlet Aurora.
Yes. And this is
The
all
CDs
him.
Beyond the Shadow of a Doubt.
Yes.
I Just Want to Love You.
Yes.
This is to his sweetheart and my sweetheart, Vicki Ryle.
Aww.
Let's listen to a little bit of
All
it.
right, check it out.
I saw you walking down the street. You got your phone flip-flops on your feet. You looked at me with such a flare. It shot through me like I wasn't there. I
Yeah, good
so there
stuff.
you go. You like that?
Yeah, I do.
That was fun.
I do. It's got a real good old school feel to it. It's real upbeat. I like
Yeah.
the background singers.
Yeah, she's actually fantastic. The girl, she's a Disney singer. She used to do Ariel. at
It's
Disneyland.
good. It's real good.
She's
I like
actually
the
lead
I like the
singer,
vibe of the whole thing,
Yeah.
and I'm happy
Yeah.
for you and your relationship.
Thank you.
And
Me
I
too.
think this guy he's a good dude.
He is a great.
I don't know him yet.
Very
I'm sure I'll
lucky.
get to meet him,
Yeah, you
but
get to meet him. I want you guys to meet.
okay.
Yeah, since we're